Hello everyone, this is Cherif Medawar here, and I'm so glad you got to join me on this webinar. And as you know, my whole programs are based on earn while you learn. So many people just want to learn and learn and learn, and they never start earning. They just keep going for more classes and more classes. I'm all about the earning part. As a matter of fact, I try to offer as many investment opportunities and programs for the students to get involved. What I want to talk about is, as you guys know, we have the series called CM Live, Cherif Medawar Live, because I want you to know I am doing the deals. I want you to be involved, do your own deals, do them with me, or create your own structure to get people to do deals with you. What I'm going to cover today, and I'm going to go right into it, as you know, I'm all about action. I want to talk about taxes because it's on everybody's mind now with the changes. I want to talk about what I'm investing in today because so many people are emailing the office asking what I'm doing today. And I want to talk a little bit about 2013 no money down strategies, very basic stuff, and give you an idea what we do with CM Live and how you can participate and really take your game to another level. Without further ado, let's get busy. I want to share with you what excuses I'm hearing from people that refuse to look at their taxes and handle their taxes. And I'm going to give you quite a few of these excuses, and I want you to think about them. Number one, people tell me, Cherif, I don't make 150,000 plus net per year. I don't know if I should really bother with taxes. Well, guess what? If you make any income, I don't care how little or how much, your taxes are eating up from your net worth. There are tax codes that allow you legally to reduce your taxes. So I don't care how much you make, you got to look into taxes. Number two, people say, I just don't want to learn the legal and safe ways to do it because I'll have to convince my accountant or my CPA to do it for me. And I know he will say no or she will say no. Well, guess what, guys? It is your money. It is your responsibility. Yes, I respect the fact that a CPA is trained. I have many students that are CPAs that are wonderful people, and they actually take their game to another level. But they tell me one-on-one when we're taking a break or whatever, they tell me, you know what, if my client is not taking care of their own money and they're not asking for it, I'm not going to do all the research for them. If they're happy with the net, I'm going to make it easy on myself. I got hundreds of clients. So come on, know the game, ask for the code, make it in an event with your CPA, and don't just go meet your CPA once a year when it's tax time. Pay them for their hourly fee. Let them earn the time with you to work with you on the proper strategies. They could help you a great deal. I work with a CPA who has now been with me for a year and a half. He's helping a lot of students, and they can do the whole setup for you. Now, number three, people say, I'm afraid to get audited. No matter the outcome, I just don't want to get audited. Well, getting audited is not a big deal. Do you know that most audits are random audits that computers, the IRS computers pick up? And some other audits are based on somebody, let's say, making very little and then all of a sudden makes a lot, or makes a lot, then all of a sudden claims a little when there is any anomaly. But so what? If you know the tax code and you go and you show them in black and white, this is the deduction based on Internal Revenue Code section this and that, and I followed it this way and that way, it's perfect. So what? But also, if you have a good CPA, they can go on your behalf. I mean, you must follow the code. We're not trying to do anything that is not correct. That's the key thing about succeeding with the tax game. The other thing is people say, my CPA does not like new ideas. Any extra deduction. They don't have the time to look at all this or any interest or inclination to really save me money. He or she will say it's risky and will use the fear factor on me. And you know what? I get really scared of IRS. Let me tell you something. You paying more taxes than you should doesn't save you from anything. It is your duty again to motivate your CPA to work with you, and it is your duty to know the code based on the activities you do. And we cover a lot of that in our trainings based on tax code. I'm not a CPA, I'm not a tax attorney, I'm an investor, I'm a business person that knows enough about the tax code to be able to tell people, here's the tax code, go research further. Here is the CPA that will take the stage and will explain to you how you can do it. Number five excuse I hear is when people want to tell me, Einstein said the US tax code is the hardest thing, and I'm not that smart anyway. Well, guess what? Einstein also said there are two things that have no end, human stupidity and the universe. And he said, you know what? I'm not even sure about the universe. So it is your job again to learn about the tax code and follow the basics of what you do. You don't have to know the entire tax code, just for what you do based on your income bracket. Number 6, the people that say, I don't own my own business, or I don't have enough real estate. Do you know that no matter what you do, if you're on a W-2, you have a job, you get your paycheck, and before you receive it, they're deducting the taxes, whether you're US or Canadian or whatever. Well, you can start a small business on the side. Real estate itself is a business. You just taking a class and being in an endeavor of pursuing profit, by tax code, you are in the real estate business. And you can start having some tax deductions. And you owe it to yourself and your family to know that. And what you get in tax deduction can actually get you some money back from what they took from your paycheck. This is how I started. So it's very important. Number 7, people say, I don't understand what I have been doing with my taxes, let alone figuring out what I need to do next, or how to improve what I'm doing. Well, that is really a big problem. So first figure out how much taxes you're paying, what your income tax bracket is, and then you start looking at what activities you do and what tax deductions you can have legally. Number 8, I do not want to hassle with deductions, receipts, and backups. Well, guess what? There are many ways for you to actually simplify how you do it, and there are many deductions you don't even need receipts for. And we will cover that in one of the live events when you come to my live trainings. I have CPAs that come in also and talk about it, because I found out it is so important for people to figure out how to reduce their taxes, because that money that you put in your pocket could be the money you're going to invest. So number 9, I do not want to hassle with maintaining a complicated structure or setup. Well, they're not that complicated, and the setup does not have to be so elaborate. You don't have to be set up in 4 or 5 states and different LLCs and C corporations and S corporations. You can keep it pretty simple, just based on the activity you do, and you will see how powerful it is for privacy, for protection, and for planning. I'm talking tax planning, income tax reduction, capital gain reduction, estate planning. There are just many ways to do it right without complicating your life. And number 10, I just need more money from a reduction of taxes from the government. I want the tax code to help me. Well, guess what? Don't blame it on Obama, because the same tax code you're complaining about gives you the deduction. I give you an example. Here's one perfect example. If you own your own home and you live in it for 2 years and you sell it, it's your primary residence, your gain up to $250,000 are tax-free if you're single, and if you're married, up to $500,000 tax-free. Well, that's a tax code right there. So why are you going to complain about some things that are taxable when you have some things that are tax exempt or tax free and you're not even using them because you don't even know the code? So you got to learn there are a lot of opportunities, and people must know where the taxes come from. So let me just quickly give you a dozen ways where you can benefit from tax setups, if you will, or benefits. And then I'm going to go right into investing. Number 1, you can have write-offs allowed based on the activities you do. Okay, just give you an example, owning your own home, selling your own home. You can have, if you actually have, let's say, duplex, and you live one side and rent the other side. If you change the carpet on the one right next door, well, guess what? You can have deductions right there based on the activity of changing the carpet, putting a new carpet, improving the property, etc. There are tax codes that allow you to deduct expenses based on your investment activities. And then number 2, you have deductions and benefits based on the type of income you have. If you have passive income, you have certain deductions from passive losses. If you have business income, you have certain deductions. You have investment income. So based on the type of income, you have some deductions. Based on the source of income. What is the source of income? Is it real estate? Okay, so is the property in Nevada, where there is no state income taxes there? Well, guess what? Some taxes are taxed based on the source of the income. Now, some other where income is received. Well, if the income is received in California, when you have an activity somewhere else, well, guess what? You're going to have to pay California state taxes. So not only where source of income is based on some activities, but where the income is received. And people get confused with this, but if you know it, you'll be able to play the game the right way. Entity type making the income. What kind of entity is making the income? You know that LLCs can pay taxes just on the gross receipts, say in the state of California? Do you know that if it flows through to a C corporation in another state, you may be able to reduce your taxes on that based on the entity actually receiving and where it is receiving and the source of income? So you can combine these and get maximum deductions. Do you know that the tax code gives us, number 6 here, standard deductions? You don't even have to keep receipts or anything. These are standard deductions. A married couple gets X in standard deductions. And then you have itemized deductions. So let's say you make more money, you can itemize, like the mortgage interest, like certain expenses. You can itemize them and get the deductions. Number 7 tax benefit I want to talk about is entity type receiving the income. So I mentioned that earlier, but I want to tell you this is so powerful. If I receive the income as an individual, I can pay certain taxes. As a corporation, I may pay double taxes. As an S corp, I can pay maybe less taxes. Number 8, there are special codes. Internal Revenue Code creates some special codes, like you have insurance code, insurance business, banking business, etc., trust accounts, etc., that have special codes that can give you some benefits. So sometimes you can see the tax code and say, oh, this is what I'll use, this is how I'll set up, this is how I'll follow the law, and show them it will be form and substance and I'll benefit. Then often people get confused between tax deductions and tax credits. Tax credit is very powerful. Sometimes you have historic buildings you can get tax credits against. You have some activities you get tax credits against. You got to know tax credit reduces the amount of tax you will pay. Tax deduction reduces the amount of income you will be taxed against. So tax credits are extremely powerful. That's a huge tax benefit you must know, and you must find ways for you to get tax credit. Number 10, there are tax benefits for special times or special situations. Remember, if there are calamities or huge floods somewhere, and the government wants you to rebuild the area, like in Louisiana, what happened with Hurricane Katrina, and they said, you know what, you go back there and you rebuild, you can get these tax benefits, we will waive your taxes for so many years, etc. These are important ways for you to pocket more money. And I want you to know, you save 10% in taxes, that's 10% extra on your money. If you're making $100,000 and you're paying 30% federal taxes in the state of California and 8.8% state taxes in the state of California because you're a corporation, you just paid almost $39,000 in taxes. So if I show you a way to actually not net from the 100,000, you pay 39, so you're barely netting 61,000. Well, what if I showed you a way to save 20,000 in your taxes? So now you're netting 81,000. Well, guess what? That extra 20,000, if you've been able to live on 61 before, and now you got an extra 20,000, take it and invest it, and know how to invest it. So number 11, the amount of income you make, because we have a graduated tax structure in the United States, on the first 50,000 you pay so much, on the next 25,000 you pay so much, etc., etc. You got to know how to reduce the amount of income. And number 12, create an amount of income by entity. Maybe I can make 100,000 in this corporation and 100,000 personally and 100,000 this, and there are ways to do it the right way, guys. I have cracked this code legally, and I've done it in the early 2000s. I've been following the law, and it has been wonderful because I make a lot of money, and since I know how to legally save on taxes, it compounds my rates of return. One of the students, I showed him how to literally save 30% a year in his taxes on what he was paying. And we used the CPAs and we used the proper structures. He was a graduate of the Puerto Rico event that we do. And he told me, he said, Cherif, I was talking to my wife and I just realized we were thinking we're going to retire in 30 years. He's very young. They're a very young couple. They just got married. And he said, my God, with that 30% saving, we won't have to save a third of our work life, like 30 years. I don't have to shave the third, which is 10 years. It will save me 15 years because, Cherif, I'll take the money I'm saving and I'm investing it with you, and we're able to grow at double the leverage we had before. So it cuts his working life in half. How do you like to retire at age 45 or 50 instead of age 65 or 70? I think you're getting the point. So what am I investing in right now that can give me the biggest impact on my money? Assuming you know how to reduce your taxes and you study that with us and you make it happen, I want you to know we've been getting a lot of emails, people asking what I'm doing. Well, I'm so excited that you're interested. And I've been doing less and less live seminars. In 2012. I cut it back a lot because we have expanded in the investment portfolio, and now we're going to go back full force with you. And I set up even coaching on the phone for students that want to be in touch and get some guidance. So number one thing is Mixif, the private fund I have that started in 2009, continues to grow. We've grown like crazy in 2009. 2010 was an incredible home run. 2011 will continue growing. Full 2012, we devoured the market now in San Francisco Bay Area. And what we do with the Mixif fund, it's a private fund. It's called Medawar International Group Secured Income Fund. The reason I have this fund is a lot of the students said, look, Cherif, I have a lot of money. I'm a professional or I'm a large investor, but I want to enjoy life. You know what you're doing. I'm going to give you the money to invest it for me. Well, great. People can invest in there, smaller amounts, and they get very nice returns, but this is a private fund. It's filed with the Security and Exchange Commission. I have taught many classes on how you can do the same structure. Anybody interested in creating their own fund, you got to call my office. We're going to set you up. We're going to guide you through it. And if you don't know how to get started, we will show you. We'll even have the training filmed, and it's online, and you can do it from A to Z. It's not that difficult. It just requires a lot of guidance in the early stages. But the key thing is I work with the students that are accredited, meaning they have a net worth of $1 million. We have almost 60 of these students in the fund. I attract a lot of high net worth students, and these millionaires have invested from as little as $25,000 to as much as over $1 million, and they have very good returns. So if you're interested in having your money invested in my fund, just email me, just call the office. You can go to CMREI.com. I can talk to you personally, qualify you. You will fill out the proper documents that need to be filed with the SEC, and we move forward. We invest your money for as long as you want, and as little as you want, if you want also. But if you want to do it on your own, we will coach you through it so you can create your own fund. My fund focuses on getting properties, fixing them, and flipping them. We're doing that with residential very successfully and with commercial. And we continue to grow. And you can duplicate the same program. We'll coach you through it. The other thing we're doing, people that are not accredited, so anybody out there, no matter how much you make or how little you make, and even if you're accredited, you want to do business on your own, I have a way of a backdoor to foreclosure for commercial real estate. It's extremely powerful. And the way it works is through non-performing commercial real estate notes. With the relationships I've built with banks since 2009, when there were a lot of foreclosures on residential and I was buying bulk of properties, 100 properties at a time, was fixing them, selling them, and carrying notes, the REO note program, that transpired and transferred into the commercial real estate opportunities, where now these banks are calling me and they're saying, okay, Cherif, there is this mall and the note is $5 million. It's non-performing. The mall right now is worth $4 million. It used to be worth $7.5 million. Our loan was $5 million. Now the mall is worth $4 million. We're going to sell the note to you for $2 million. Would you be interested? I mean, it's a no-brainer. If I take it at $2 million and its liquidation price is $4 million, I can take it. I can work with the defaulted borrower. I can foreclose on him. Instead of foreclosing on him, I can tell him, listen, let's work together. Let's turn around and sell the property. Let's work on a payment program that makes sense for you. Let me help you get an SBA loan if you're an owner-operator. I mean, there are a dozen ways to work with the borrower. So if you want to do this on your own, we have a full coaching program. You can do it from your own home. You don't even have to come to the class. I set it up for you. I am looking for 10 people to be trained. And I want them to show me results because I want them to become the next coaches. This is going to be so big in 2013, 14, and 15. So you want to be in with this. I cannot promise you you'll be accepted. You have to fill out an application. You will have to talk to the staff in the office. They will qualify you, and then they're going to send me the 10 people that I need to work with. And you're going to work with the coaches first. And if you want to invest your own money, you don't have to put the whole $2 million. You can do fraction with me. So I can tell you, I own the note. Here is the note. I already did all the due diligence on it. I already found it. I already have it. And this is how we're going to exit. And all these exits are 6 months, 8 months, and we flip them. And you can invest your own money. Let's say you want to put 50,000, 100,000. You will get incrementally return on what you put. You're participating in my note. I'll give you the paperwork, give you everything. You want to do it on your own? Great. You will learn exactly how I do it. You go talk to the banks, tell them the exact same thing, and you can buy smaller notes. And if you actually want to, you don't have money, so you want to do it with no money, well, there are ways to do it with no money. You will learn through the coaches the notes, how they work, and how to present them, what to say to sell them to somebody with money. And you will get a finder's fee. You can get easy $5,000 for explaining to somebody how this note stuff works, secured, pennies on the dollars, how we make them perform, how we work with the borrower in a very, very nice way where the borrowers are enticed and incentivized to work with me because I tell them, I am your new lender. Who's your daddy now? I say, listen, instead of Bank of America, you owe them $5 million. Guess what? Your property is worth $4 million. They sold the note to me for $2 million. I'm working with you. You want to go flip the property? You can go sell it at $4 million, $3.5 million. I tell you what, I'll take $3 million, you make $500,000. That guy's incentivized. He saves his credit. He's making some money, and I make a lot of money on my money. And I've been doing this with my own money. We've tested it with a couple students. It's been home run. And some students come in and say, okay, Cherif, I want to buy a portion of it. And some other students said, I want to do it on my own. So we're doing the training for you guys. Take advantage of this. Is going to be the biggest thing. So I want to simplify for you what we do in case somebody's on this call and they don't know Cherif Medawar Real Estate Investing. Here's what it is, guys. I'm going to tell you what we do, how it will benefit you, and what you should do about it. I cannot make it any simpler. What we do, we educate, train, support, coach, that means on the phone we coach you, mentor, that means we can do live mentorship where you show up, we show up to your place, to your city, to your state, and we invest. You can join us in any of these opportunities. How will it benefit you? You can attend the training online or live. You can get support on the phone, or get full phone coaching as soon as possible. The most powerful thing we have right now, the biggest push, is for phone coaching because it's pretty simple. You can get in-field mentorship to invest now. The in-field mentorship is, sometimes I have people saying, well, I want to do the note backdoor to foreclosure, but I want to buy an apartment building, so I'm willing to actually go physically to Dallas to look at the property I'm going to buy. I need one of your coaches to fly with me and meet me there for 3 days. We have all that. We have it, and we're the lowest priced company doing it. You know why? Because I'm in the investing world. So you're making money, I'm making money. You want to work with me? Great. You want to work on your own? I got the whole setup for you. And what other things it will benefit you with? You can invest with me directly, and you can profit immediately. People are always anxious. How quickly will I make money? I'll tell you what, one session with the coach, and if you're ready and the coach emails me and says, this person is ready now, before the 5th session or 6th session, they're ready now. We'll start communicating to make money. So you talk about benefit, it's action now. Now, what you should do about all this, call now. The number, you see it on the screen. You have the email right there on the screen. And if you want to achieve certain results at your level, wherever you are, let the coaches that I already have work with you. Let's start producing some results. You know, I have over 1,000 video success stories. These success stories, some of them are about the training, some are about the results, some about how they helped others. So I am not looking for a whole 50, 60 people. I just want to select 10 guys. We have very limited number of coaches right now, so I want to get 10 more people interested. And as you know, I was trained by a billionaire, and I'm giving it forward. Those 10, I'm expecting you guys that are going to get trained, that are going to be selected, to train other people. Heck, you will get paid. I'm not going to tell you you're going to do it for free. You will pay to get trained, and when you become a coach, I'll pay you as well. But the biggest satisfaction is helping another human being, another family, to invest. And it's not like they're competing with you, because, guys, when we get notes for $2-3 million, and there are some notes as little as $200,000, I got a note right now for $300,000, the payoff is huge. I mean, you'll make 1% a month. Heck, try to put your money in the bank. You'll make what? You'll make 1% a year. This is 1% a month. And there are some other notes. We just did a note 1.5% a month. And then the borrower just refinanced and cashed us out, and everybody's happy. So it's really a very powerful backdoor to foreclosure. These non-commercial real estate notes are huge, are very powerful, and if you combine that with the syndication, how to raise money, my gosh, you'll be flying on your own, and we can do deals together. A $2 million note, you got some money, you brought in a group of people, you will make huge money. You don't have to buy the whole 2 million. You buy 1 million, we'll buy 1 million, and I'm growing with you. So, conclusion, I'm looking for 10 CMREI members that will get this opportunity and join my exclusive real estate team. I need you to get trained, show results, so you can help others, so I can grow my coaching program. I need you to fill out the application that they will send you when you raise your hand and say, I'm interested, by calling the number or sending your email. And they're going to get back to you as soon as possible. And if they don't get back to you right away, understand, we're going to have a lot of people responding to this webinar. This webinar is expected to reach 1,000 people in the database, and just hang in there. They will get to you by email, and we're going to do our best to select the 10 people to participate. And expect to be notified within 48 hours, not within an hour. So please bear with us. Again, the website is cmrei.com. We're adding a lot of stuff on the website, and I want you to earn while you learn. I put it here, earn while you lean, because you got to be fit also. A little misspelling there. Okay, so Ashley, are you on the call? Can you hear me?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Could you tell me, has anybody sent a question? I'm sorry, I forgot to mention, if you have a question, you can write it on the lower part of the screen there, and Ashley gets it, then she reads it for me, and I'll answer. Do you have questions? I can take maybe half a dozen questions.
Yeah, we did. We got a lot, so I just want to say, if we don't get to your question, I assure you, I personally will email you the answer back by the end of the night. So if we don't get there, I will give you the answers. But for now, let me just start with a couple, Cherif. First question, Danny said, will you be giving us properties to analyze if we join the group?
Will I be giving properties to analyze? Well, the coaches will work with you, but the idea really is to work with my fact system. The fact system is how to find, analyze, control, time, and strategize. So we're going to teach you how to find the nodes, how to find the real estate opportunities. We're going to teach you how to analyze them, and how to then, if they pass the analysis, how to control them. But so it will be mostly that you finding the nodes. That's I want to set you free. I don't want to tie you up to me. So yes, there will be opportunities for them to participate with me, those that have the money, those that don't and want to do on their own, or those that have money and want to work on their own. You will learn how to find your own deals.
Perfect. The next question is coming from Lizzie in Sacramento. She said, if we join your team, will you give us the actual contracts?
Yes, of course. We'll give you the paperwork. There is actually a form called an assignment form, because when you negotiate the note with the lender, okay? So let's say there is a note with the lender, and the note is $1 million, and you're going to get it for, let's say, I don't know, 500,000. So it's a real nice 50 cents on the dollar, and it's going to perform very quickly. You can probably flip the note at 700 or something like this. What I'm going to show you is you would have two contracts. One with the bank, that's a contract to buy the note, and another contract which gives you the power to assign to somebody else, or a power to actually get other people to invest with you. So that's so they don't bypass you and go to the lender. So there will be two separate documents. And yes, I have those. This is how I do it as well, and that's how we grow. Yes.
All right. Somebody in Seattle saying, how many hours per week do you expect us to work on these investments with the team?
Okay. Well, I should at least put 4 hours a week. But the problem with people asking me how many hours is, I always wonder, what is a unit of time for them? Are they really focused? I mean, when I work an hour, there is an output of a whole day in my 1 hour, okay? Otherwise, how will I handle all what I got? My commercial real estate in Puerto Rico that has, 50 separate deeds with retail tenants worldwide. I'm doing a hotel, I'm doing timeshare, office condo share over there. I'm doing my seminar company. We got huge marketing activities going on. We have the live events that I do. We have the notes that go. How do I do it? I produce. So when you sit down and focus, if you give yourself 4 hours a week, you will produce a lot. But I want to talk about people doing business. You better have an email on your phone, okay? You better have a cell phone. You better respond before the end of each day. But people want to do business, and they're going to email a bank, and the bank will respond within 15 minutes, and then you don't respond till the next day. Not good. They are not going to do business with you. And I know if you're busy, if you're whatever, hey, if you're that busy, that you must be making a lot of money. Then you know what? Maybe invest with me and be done. Let me do all the work. I already got the whole thing set up. If you are not having that much money, then you have the time. Then you better focus on it. So I get upset when people tell me, well, I sent the email, then they answered me, but then I couldn't get back to them 2 days later, the deal is gone. Well, I mean, get with the program. 4 hours of productive work, and then stay on your email periodically, on your phone, and return calls, and be professional about it. You produce. What else?
John in Pasadena is speaking in bold. I don't know if that's because he's angry, but he's saying, I'm a small business owner. I need tax deductions, but let's be realistic. I'll have to buy property. Do you really have any strategies or ideas to help me?
Well, of course. I mean, you don't have to buy the whole property. I have created a fractionalized ownership for condos. I call it condo offices, condo share, or I actually, you can call it condo or office share condo. Meaning, I take a property and I create shares for several business owners, small business owners that want to expand, and I actually give them 2 setups. I give them part of the real estate to be owners with me in the building through an LLC and flowing through separate C corporations, so they become a C corp that's preferred member of the LLC. So they own part of the real estate with as little as $15,000 to get in. Okay, don't tell me you don't want to spend $15,000 to own part of the real estate that I already have. And then your company will just spend expense to expand the lease. So you're in a timeshare, or I shouldn't say timeshare exactly, it's fractional office share ownership. So you can legally expand your business, get some tax deduction, flow through real estate ownership, and literally buy the actual real estate from your tax deductions blessed by the U.S. tax code. I'll show you exactly how to do this. Those that are interested in that particular setup, since he's writing in it bold, tell him to email the office, and then you can forward it to me, and I'll work with those that truly are serious. And heck, I don't know how much he's making, but there is no doubt in my mind he will be getting a return of at least 20% from the tax savings, legally, and expand his business as well. Good, I got excited here. So,
yeah.
What else?
Next question. When I apply for this group, how long will it take for me to actually start making money with you, and how much?
Okay, great. Well, I'm going to take that scenario. I'm going to say 2 kinds of people, those that have money and those that don't have money. If you have money, 1 session with the coach, they get to know you, they will email me about you, and I can start showing the notes that I have, and you can come in with me in any amount you want. Of course, the more the amount, the better return you will get. How much you will make? I mean, let me just give you an example. We have a student that put in $100,000, and if he waits monthly, he's making 1% a month. So annualized, this person is going to be making 12%. Okay, he doesn't have to do anything. All he did is he signed the assignment, put the money in escrow to the attorney trust account. The attorney sent it to the bank. My attorney, we were done. He called me back. He said, Cherif, I'm very happy. My money's working at 1% a month. I hope they don't refinance and pay us off soon. Well, that's just a beautiful return for him with no hassle. Take $100,000, go put it in the bank, see how much you're going to make. I mean, most people don't know how to trade the stock market. Heck, you could have been with Warren Buffett 2 years ago. You still would have the same amount. It's barely, Berkshire Hathaway barely moving up. So practically very low to no risk, making 1, and you can even make sometimes in 6 months, you can end up making 10%. We've had notes that paid 10% in 6 months. So that's just beautiful. That's just beautiful. That's 20% annualized. But I don't want to build everybody's hopes too high. So if you have money, return could be immediate, as in like get into the game after 1 coaching session. And of course, you will finish the coaching training and all this, and I want you to bring more business and work with me because you can do assignments. Those that don't have money, I suggest for you to take the full training, because it's not only going to learn about how the commercial real estate work, but how the notes work and how to solicit others by assigning to them and bringing them into the game. Those people, I would say, finish within just like 2 to 3 weeks. Done. The coaching is done. You'll be ready to rock and roll. You will start making it happen. You will bring your own opportunities, or you can look at the opportunities I have and bring me investors. So you can bring opportunities or investors, and we work with you. Cool. What else?
Great. One of our CMREI members in Canada said, many coaching programs are being offered by email to me. All of them are guaranteeing for me to find and fund real estate, but they are all taking a part of the profits. Is that what you're going to do also?
No, I'm not taking part of your profit. You're taking part of my profit. That's the difference between the world out there trying to peddle books and tapes versus Cherif Medawar investing. I am in the investment world. I have my own private fund. We have a pending license to become a bank. We even have the website, medawarbank.com. I'm a completely different category. Do not group me with the world out there. Okay, if you don't know me yet, come into my world and take a look at what we do and how successful we are. We have never lost money in real estate. I've been investing since I've been 28 years old. I was trained by a billionaire. I would not have the banking license if I wasn't exceptional in what I do. So I'm not taking from your money. I'm giving you portions of my profits to help you grow, and it helps me grow as well. So it's the concept of cooperating, not competing, and it's a concept of me putting in value, not taking away value. Thank you.
All right. We only have time for one more question.
Yes.
Sarah said, if we join this group with you, are we benefiting from the tax deductions you spoke of?
Well, absolutely. If you actually just follow, I have to talk to you personally. I'll have to see what your situation is. Then I'll have the blessings of 2 of my CPAs, because I like to run it by 2 CPAs. And usually they study your specific case, and we come back to you with the suggestions. And I'm going to tell you with absolute confidence, I'm yet to meet a student that wants to improve his or her financial situation through tax deductions that we could not help. We have helped every single one by showing them the proper tax code. We've even had conference calls with their own CPAs, and actually grown with their CPAs telling the same stuff to their clients. So yes, to answer your question, if you're wanting to invest and want to reduce your taxes on the gains and on what you're doing, we definitely would look at your case. Mm-hmm.
All right, Cherif, I don't have time for any more questions. We're at the mark.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you. So please, here is the call to action. I want you right now to look at the screen, look at the number, look at the email, take action, and we're going to select, there is a little application you fill out online. I want to know who you are, what you do, just basic stuff, and let's make it happen. We want people that take action, that are resourceful. The difference between a successful person and an unsuccessful person is the successful person takes the challenges of life and turn them into opportunities. It's a war out there. Everything you do has challenges. Enjoy them. It's a game. So I want you to change the frame of mind, look at what we offer, and make it happen. And if it's not your time, no worries. Go back and watch TV and just forget about me. Thank you. Until next time.